There we go. Incredible afternoon. All right. Let's see. Incredible afternoon, everyone. Alrighty, I need to find my post and change the audience on it because I'm pretty sure it went to private, which it did. I don't know why. After a certain time, like it's like Facebook knows when I typically go live. So if I choose to go live outside of that time frame, it assumes that I'm only want to talk to myself. I don't know why. Who in the heck would want a live video that's only I can watch? That makes no sense. So I have to go in here and change the privacy on that. Hello, 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 everyone over on TikTok. How art thou? So we have that done. And then we're gonna hit share on it. We're gonna hit share on it. Hello, 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 everyone. How are you guys doing today? Oh man. Alrighty, there we go. All right. I have to share it out, guys. So if you can just give me a moment, if you're watching the playback of this, again, just give me a moment to get this all shared out and we're going to get started. It is going to be kind of a mixture of, just having a quick chat and discussion as well as answering any of your questions. You guys know I love Q&As. I absolutely love Q&As. So, you can definitely ask questions on this live broadcast. I do have an event to go to, so I won't be on too long because I do have an event that I have to attend. So I don't know why it's doing that instead of putting my thumbnail up. That kind of sucks. Okay, anywho. Alrighty, let's go over here. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible afternoon. How are you doing, Vanessa? Hello from the Peach State. How are you? Hello, hello. Hello, Professor and everyone in the chat. I'm checking in from Virginia. It's been a while since I saw a live. Glad that you can make it on this live today. Incredible afternoon. Incredible afternoon. Hey, hey, hey. Let's see. All right. Hello, welcome in. Hey, 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 Trina. Hey, Tiana. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for commenting and let me know who's watching for all platforms. Wherever you are watching from, go ahead, drop a hey, how you doing? and let me know where you are watching from. And the question that I'm sharing this video into my groups and stuff with, the question on here is, hold on, I gotta tag. So you guys can answer this while I'm sharing it out. Think about it, and I want you to write it out. So it says, no, seriously, what is keeping you from, it's supposed to be making moves towards your goals of having your own creative business? Like seriously, like let's talk about it. What is seriously keeping you from making the necessary moves to get to your goal of having your own business? Okay, whether it is a part-time business or if you have a desire to make it your full-time and primary income. Is there anything that is keeping you held back from doing that? As the thumbnail says, what is your fear factor, or what is the fear factor? And we're going to talk about how that's going to affect you getting from your dreams and your goals to the reality of actually running your business. All right. So think about that and write it in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Hello from Memphis, Tennessee. How are you? Incredible afternoon, and welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right, so all shared out. Let's see. All right, so I see one there, but we're going to get into your comment and any other comments right after this intro. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the best sublimation ink and paper. Our paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. So you can get it done quicker, faster, more efficiently with our products. So definitely go to our website, HSINK365, to check out our products. Our paper does not require a cover sheet. It does not bleed through the backside at all. So you don't have to worry about that part getting on your platen and then maybe transferring to something else and then unnecessarily wasting substrates or blanks. Which is I know that is one of the major fear factors for a lot of people who get into sublimation, is messing up substrates. I mean, that really comes with all of the different streams of income and different creative things that you can do, whether it's sublimation, and of course that list is infinite in what you can do with sublimation. If it's using heat transfer vinyl, if you're someone who just wants to do t-shirts, you want to do tumblers, you want to do mugs, you want to do party favors, you want to do cutouts, you want to do laser work, you want to do rhinestones, you want to do embroidery, whatever it is, there are so many different parts to this and so many different areas to explore if you desire. However, don't try to do them all. I don't care what anyone tells you. Don't attempt to do it all when it's just you. If you are doing this and it's like you're not ready to manage staff and do all those different things, it's just you. Trust me when I say, don't try and do it all. You're going to burn yourself out, okay? Excuse moi. But sublimation is just like one of the many things that you can do, and we have a great product that will help you and aid you in that, because it's going to save you time, money, and you're going to be more efficient with it. We also are the home of 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of trainings, everything from learning to actually create your own designs or just simply modify them. The things that you really need to know, like even if you're not a full-on artist, but you want to know a little something to be able to do some things on your own and lay them out and get a full understanding of the things that you can and cannot do so that you're not frustrated. I see a lot of the frustration, and some people have this fear that they're not going to be able to do this because they're not confident in their designing, or they feel like, oh, they're always doing something wrong. And a lot of times it's not that you're doing anything wrong. You're trying to do something, or you're asking a question in the group of something that's just not possible. So you have to get an understanding of what you can and cannot do when it comes to graphic designing in general, just laying out different designs. And we have all sorts of classes to help you with that, from beginner to advanced. So definitely check out our website for that, and just look under the 365 Creative Academy menu. Okay. Now, the fear factor. What is that? What is your fear in this creative entrepreneurship journey? I've already asked that one. Here's just a follow-up question. What is it that you want? Do you want it to just be part-time and a side hustle, which, contrary to what some people may say, it is perfectly okay. I know so many people who still maintain their 9-to-5 job, their corporate job, whatever time frame that they work, and they still fulfill their passion for being creative and being able to make things. And it just makes it to where it gives them extra money, whether they take that money and invest it. So like their regular 9-to-5 might be what takes care of their family, takes care of all of the bills and things like that. And they're building their savings, or they're building their investment portfolio off of what they do in their business. So even if they only make $500 a month, that $500 that they can take that and invest, they can end up flipping that, and that money ends up being more than what they make on their 9-to-5. So it's all about perspective, and what your goals, like, what they really are. So you can make money off of your business, and it can be six figures because, like I said, you can take that money and you can flip it. All right. It's the money that you can play around with a little bit. All right. So what are your goals as far as full-time, side hustle, part-time? And then what are your fears? Okay. What are your fears? All right. Let's see. Fear of too many orders coming my way and I can't keep up because it's just me. Ask my husband. That was one of like my major fears. It's still somewhat there. And we had to sit down and have a serious and honest discussion about what that looks like and how to make plans and preparations for, if it ever got to that point, so that we might have a little bit of a setback, but it's not going to be something where it's like everything falls apart. And that comes with understanding what you need to do and having a plan for it. Even if you don't need to execute that plan. It's like it's your emergency plan, right? You don't have to use it every single day of your business, but when the time comes, you have to know what you need to do to be prepared for that. Okay. Let's see. I had to learn that lesson. You're at a show, you'll catch the replay tonight, no problem. That's me. I want to do it all. Just tuning in from Ohio. Well, I'm not sure who it is, but from Ohio, we're just getting started. So you have not missed very much. All right. I had to learn that lesson. Me too, doing it all myself. All right, come on, y'all. It's quite a few of you guys watching between the different platforms. No one else wants to be honest with yourself. If you aren't willing to speak it, what your fears are, how are you ever going to work past it? You are amongst a lot of people who some people are saying, I have that same fear. This is a safe zone. And even if, like, it's the internet, what can they really do to you? I want to be able to, see it and maybe give you some guidance, give you some direction. If this, maybe, if you're a little bit afraid to put it on there, we do have a summer school coming up that's going to be all about this, and you will have an opportunity. Like, there's a little chat and you can send me your question privately, if you don't want to kind of post it in, for everyone. But we will have an exclusive group, an exclusive community of like-minded people. They're going to be in the same position as you. So there's going to be no judgment. So it's going to be a safe space for you to express those fears, rant about certain things when we have those sessions. So be sure to check out our summer school for a jump start to your business. Okay. I have sent the emails for the class I brought the other night, the one about changing colors. Okay, I'm not sure whose name that is, but maybe the one-on-one session, and I have to actually check my schedule because our summer school starts next week. So I haven't had a chance to really go over that, if that's who I think it is. All right. Anyone else want to discuss what your fears are in your creative journey? Okay, what was said, not being able to fulfill and wanting to do it all. Okay. Wanting to do everything and being overloaded with not being able to complete orders on time. So for those are fear, like those are things that you guys can control. You can control that. You can control how many orders you take on, how many different types of projects, or for lack of better words, crafts or creative things that you do. You can control that. So that is a fear that you can somewhat ease, because you can say, like, now the issue is going to be, how disciplined are you to actually say no? It's okay to say no. It's okay to learn things, and they're just for you. Whenever you need to pull out your back pocket, because it's going to help save you money. So, I have a baby shower to go to. So if it was a skill in, let's see, what's something that so like that, those baby shower things, like it's like the basket, and then they'll put the PVC pipe, and like they'll have like a bear hanging from a swing. So it's like all of those like custom baskets and stuff like that. Would I ever market to make and sell those? Hell to the no. Not gonna happen, Captain. That's not what I want to build a business around. But is it good for me to kind of have that skill to where I would be able to, I have a lot of the tools that I would need. I keep spray paint, I keep paint on hand. I have a cutting machine. I already use vinyl like for other stuff. So it would really save me money to be able to cut out letters, put them on a box, spray paint some stuff or paint it. Even like, making like some cute little custom things for the baby. So if I wanted to go get a pack of onesies and put a design on it, if I wanted to sublimate it, these are things that I can do. I can provide them as a gift to someone. And of course, maybe, advertise like in the fact that, yes, I can make you a custom shirt. But would I go and advertise that I'm going to be able to make you this whole custom box with vinyl this, vinyl? No, we're not going to do that. But if you saw something in this box, like the shirt, the onesie, you want to know if I can make you a shirt, you a onesie. If I make, making the mom to be her own personal cup. Yes, we make cups. But doing that whole box thing and building that out for everyone. I have like a little cart that we're going to kind of put a bunch of stuff on and things like that. Is that something that I would market and sell? No. but it definitely helps me because I already have the things here. So you can control what type of orders you take, what type of crafts that you do. Everything that we are able to do as creatives, i.e., crafters, is not marketable. It's not going to really yield you a lot of money. One of the things is some of these items that we make things from, we have to buy them retail. As a business owner, and it's like you're wanting to make a profit, it's really hard to make a profit buying things retail. You have to put yourself in a position where you can buy in bulk, because the name of the game is to buy low and sell high. That's one of the things that we're going to talk about and discuss in week 1 of the summer school, and also throughout each week, because with each week we're talking about an actual project, and then there's going to be ways to start it, and quick place that you can go to get foam board or get your glue sticks and things like that, just to try it out. Then if you decide that this is something that you want to pursue heavily, you want to be able to mass produce these for customers, then there's a different avenue that you have to take. You have to kind of pivot. Then you have to buy stuff in bulk. With our print shop, like, we can't go and just buy a case of paper here or there, because the orders and stuff will come in. So it's like buying pallets of paper for certain things. We have big rolls of vinyl, big rolls of banner paper, all sort, like, so yes, when I first started out, I was able to buy smaller ones. I was even buying sheets. I progressed to like the regular 5-yard roll. Now we go, and that roll is really, really thick. Very, 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 very thick in the size of that media. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you what it means as far as growth and scaling. Just give me one moment. From buying 12 by 12 sheets, 12 by 24-inch sheets, to then buying, this is all adhesive vinyl, to buying a 12, well, actually, no, we buy them 24 inches, and we have them cut it down, but we buy the bigger 24. So we end up with 12 inches to fit into our cameos. And then we have some that are left as the full size. So we do have a large format cutter. No, it's not the Pro. I don't recommend the Silhouette 24-inch Pro. Then you have this bad boy. Okay? Big difference. Big difference in how much you buy. Now it costs me more in line item. So the line item on the invoice, this technically is a higher number. However, due to the size, this is actually less expensive per square inch, per square foot, per yard, however you want to look at it. It still saves us, oh gosh, money. Okay. All right. Someone over here says, no fear, procrastinating about starting purchasing products, but not making items and promoting. Okay. Let's see. Hey, just say. That's funny. The name of my business is Creative Journey, but I fear not being good enough. Ooh. Okay. I know you had the class, but I was supposed to get an email to view the. Oh, you're asking. Oh, this is someone asking about. I'm not sure which class you are referring to. If it was for the color changing edits, you received an email with the link. Check your emails, guys. Check your emails. Yes, being good enough. I want to open an Etsy store selling printables, but don't know where to start since I live in the Caribbean. Where you live doesn't even matter because that's an online platform. You have people from all over the world that go and that goes to that platform to purchase digital products. So your physical location has nothing to do with what your goals and things are. So we need to eliminate that and now just focus on the store and knowing what it is, like what type of digital files you want to create and who that market is. And then the internet makes it to where you don't have to even target those who are just in the Caribbean, where you are. You're able to run ads to people that are in the United States or in another country. So your physical location with all of the events and everything that's available to you online, that's no problem. So that's an easy one to remedy if that is your fear with your geographic location and what it is that you want to do. What was the bit? They were both vinyl. They're both vinyl. For some reason, Facebook isn't showing our names. So yes, because you're in a group. So if you're in the group, you have to click on the description, go all the way down to the bottom and tell StreamYard to that it's okay to show your name. It's because this is broadcast in a group. My fear is simply I will fail, and you will. You will. I don't want to say fail, but you're going to experience some road bumps. All right. I want to quit my job so I can be home more with my 5-year-old. My job has me drained along with my 5-year-old. So I'm really overwhelmed sometimes when I have really large orders. Okay. We're going to come to that because we're going to come back to that. I want to start selling vinyl prints. I have a fear of failing. I always buy bigger rolls. Did you say where to purchase the vinyl? No, I did not. I got it, but the download doesn't work. I'm not sure what you mean by the download doesn't work. Are you trying to do it on your phone? You need a computer because it's to go with a software. So maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Let's see. I have all the tools, but just when I'm ready to sell my products, my 7720 started acting up, and that's going to happen. I have two 7720s that are in our storage unit that I have for spare parts in case I need it, but they go out. That's what happens I got a 2720 printer here that is just a paperweight. So it happens, but I never stressed about it because by that time we were running business, making a profit, and we were able to just go out and get a new printer. So I know, like for you, it's like, I'm ready to sell my products, but now it started acting up. Now you can either get a new printer or you can order transfers. I tell people all the time, you don't need a printer to start doing sublimation. Does it seem a little bit annoying to kind of like always order prints from someone? It's better to find someone local to you so you don't have to worry about the shipping part of it. But we have several people that come to us. They don't desire to have a printer right now. They just barely have enough space for maybe their substrates and a heat press and things like that. They will design it, they submit it to us, we print it out, and then they sub it. The same way that we don't have a super, super large one for me to do like 8-foot banners. So I design it and I outsource it out. So you don't have to have a printer. If yours is out right now, still work on your designs, find someone that can print out those transfers for you, and you do what's called POD. You just press on demand. You don't have to worry about printing it. And there are advantages to that. That's one of the things that we're going to talk about week 1 and week 5 of the summer school. All right. What do I need to do if my ink cartridge circle gets ink in it? It's supposed to have ink in it. It's supposed to have ink in it. You mean if it doesn't? But it's supposed to have ink in it. All right. So I want to come back up to this one, right? So contrary to, well, I guess I'm going to say popular belief, dang it, man, going full-time in your business does not allot you more time. I have talked about the fact that I've had moments where I cried because my family, like there are days where I am available, like I'm not working on something, and then they're shocked, right? They're like, "Oh, whoa, you're able to, you're able to, like you're not working, you don't have anything to do, whatever. You can watch TV with us." When I take my break in the with like the Christmas break, I don't do live videos, I don't do classes. I am very much so present for my family, my children. It just sometimes is hard, but I'm very present with them, like in that 2 weeks when they're off for Christmas. And when I come back and I do my live video, uh, like in the new year, my son always says, "Oh, well, that was fun while it lasted," because I don't get a lot of time to spend with them because I was like, now we're transitioning where it's not going to be just us, but for the longest time, it was me who was working in the business, pretty much doing everything for the business. And it does not leave you a lot of time for anything else. Like I've missed putting my kids to bed. I've missed dinner. I've missed basketball games. So don't think that leaving your 9 to 5 and working for yourself will leave you more time. It just might end up being the opposite because there's so much to do, especially if you're going to try and do everything yourself. Because there's a lot to running a business. When you go and you look at major corporations, they don't do it by themselves. But for some reason, when you're an entrepreneur, you want to start out, that's one of the mistakes that I can now say that I feel like I made. And not having someone like me to give me direction when I decided that I wanted to start a business. I had this idea of taking the things that I was great at, my passions, things that I was skilled at, and monetizing them. I'm just thinking like, hey, I can do all of this. Like, and I'm like, especially when I got to the point where I can do it fast, I thought that's all there was to running a business is I'm able to produce the products. I have the gift of gab. I can talk up. I used to get orders from being inside of Michael's because I was a crafter. So I was in Michael's quite a bit. And, I see people in there looking at things. I'll strike up a conversation. Oh, well, do you do this? Da, da, da. And so as the event planner, yep, I end up booking those. And I thought that was like so easy until I realized, damn, where in the heck is my money going? Like I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm not seeing the fruits of this labor. Like why? And it was just not handling business correctly, not having a budget, not having a plan, and just relying on the fact that I was talented. Your talents are not going to lend itself to you having a successful business. And this is something that is really, really missing within this culture, within this community of crafters who want to turn their hobby into a business. It was missing people that are being real about it and saying that you cannot rely on your skills and your talents and the fact that, yeah, I know how to work some scissors. I know how to push the handle on a glue gun. There's more to it. And in previous years, I don't feel like there were a lot of people really talking about the real of business. And for the past year and a half, 2 years, that's really what I have dedicated my teachings to. I know that I offended some people, and I would say, I'm not talking to crafters. Like, you might benefit from this when I'm doing demo videos, crafters can benefit from it. But I've spent the past 2 years really dedicating my time and being strategic and being intentional about what I teach for those who want to start a business, which is why I don't say craft. I don't use the words crafting. Y'all watch my videos. I don't use that very often. I say creative business owners, entrepreneurs, because it's a different mindset. It's a totally different mindset. Okay. So that's the first thing that for you is understand that leaving your 9 to 5 where it's your discipline, like from on that one, from your regular job, you know exactly what time you have to be into work. You know exactly what time you're going to leave and you're going to be done. And you can leave that job. You can decide to not do overtime. But when you are an entrepreneur and these customers are waiting on their orders and you have overextended yourself because you did not make a plan to say, this is the max number that I can do, and be okay with that and not let that dollar amount influence you to take on more than you can actually handle. That is what gets a lot of people hemmed up, is looking at that dollar amount, thinking about, man, I can do this with that money, or I have to do this, I have to do that. You are taking on more than you can handle yourself, and you don't have a plan. You don't even know how to even go about making it easier on yourself. People like me is where you learn those things, to where if you have to, for a little bit, kind of work and run your business, you'll know how to use outside resources and use other things to be extra hands and help you thrive in your business. Okay. So you can't run a successful business. And so of course, because it's a business, we're going to say business plan. But yes, having some sort of plan. Now, some people will say when it comes to a business plan, the the um a lot, I'll say, when people say business plan, a lot of people think about like the financial things and stuff like that. They don't think about like the budgeting. They don't think about their numbers. They don't think about future. They don't do projections of things. They don't look at, a lot of you guys are afraid, like this whole thing of, let me tell you why I can't stand this. I'm my own competition. If you are your own competition and you are your only gauge is off of what you do, it's going to be really hard for you to succeed. Like, you have to take a look at what's around you, what others are doing, what the market is saying, looking at what's working for a specific like niche and specific demographic and what's not. Because if someone who's been in it for a while and like they are just like you, they have the same marketing plan, they have the same equipment, they have the same thought process, and it's not working for them, then it's like there's something that, okay, I'm not going to abandon the whole thing, but I'm going to have to make some sort of change. Like, something has to give in this in order for me to not suffer the same fate that they are. Your competition will teach you a lot. There is competition out there, and you better be paying close attention to what they are doing. Some people say, oh, just mind your business. Worry about your business. Yes, you are, but you have to learn from those things. You have to be completely vigilant about those things. When it comes to like the print shop side, one of the things for me is I am unfortunately a perfectionist when it comes to certain things, and I stress myself out over it. I love like my rolling printer. I love like the draft mode, the standard mode on it. I don't really often use the draft mode because I don't like the quality of it. I feel like it's not quite to my standards, right? Well, I went into one of my favorite places, Wawa's. And so right now they have this whole hoagie fest going on, and they have a lot, and I do mean a lot of promo items surrounding this whole hoagie fest. They have, window clings. They have the little um post, like the poles, like the signs that go around the post. They have standees, they have stickers everywhere. And on my phone, I'm in there and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the heck? It's not smooth, like, at all. You can see some banding lines, you can see some pixelation in it. And so for me, like for us, like we're dealing with a lot of consumers, and I had a lady that came here and she literally like looking at everything. Oh, what's this? What's that? It's almost like she was looking for an excuse, right? But when it comes to larger corporations, they're not even looking at those things because they know they have to buy a lot of these items, and it's something that's going to get thrown out. Like, it's not a permanent fixture of any of the Wawa locations. This is they have all these locations they have to create these things for. And once this one little promo is over with, guess what? All this ish is going in the garbage. So for them, they're not thinking to spend a lot of money. So for me, if I'm like, I was trying to secure that job and they were, people had to bid on it, or they were looking at different proposals, because in my mind, I'm going to use more ink. I'm going to want the best quality. I want it to be a certain type of way. And I'm thinking about all the work that it goes into that. I probably would have not been the one that they chose, because their whole thing is, these customers aren't going to be, you're the one that's looking at it close up, but most customers are going to come into this gas station. They're going to see it. Okay, they got a promo going on. They might read it. All right. And they're going to keep it moving. They're not up on it close and personal. But my mindset before that was like everything had to be top notch, top tier. And you have to understand who your customer is. You have to understand who that particular customer is and how you may have to pivot or understand what their needs are. The key to a good business owner is truly understanding the buying habits and the needs of your customers, that you can provide them. And you're going to have to take self out, because you are not the company. Your company should stand on its own. It should be able to thrive without you. So you have to remove yourself from it. And the issue is, so many people don't know how. Crafters, I'm not going to say people. Right now, I'm talking to crafters and creative business owners. We don't know how to remove ourselves. We want to be everything to this because we think that it's going to bring us more money, and it's not. Like, I've really learned that the hard way, and it took me so many years, which is why I get on this platform. And although it might not be a comfortable conversation to hear, and it's not what you want to hear, I come on because it's like, I'll give you a little couple nuggets. Now, you got to join classes to really understand how to cut out some of that red tape, kind of have to speed past some of these obstacles that you don't really have to experience, because someone's going to tell you there's a better way, there's a more efficient way of doing things. And if you just, you can either just go through it and you can experience it, and it'll just take you longer to get to that first goal or whatever the next goal and things like that. Because I always feel like there is no finish line. So you'll never hear me say to get to the finish line. That's 100. Okay, and thank you. You are very welcome. Let's see. Yes, it's the same settings for everything. So you look at my one video about settings, and it pretty much gives you the settings for no matter which printer you're using. Incredible afternoon. All right. So I saw my son. The reason why I did not record him is because his hair was looking like Who Shot John, and him was in his underwear. But I called him. I was like, hey, Papa. I was like, when you were learning to ride your bike, what did I do? And he said, push me to the ground, or tried to push me to the ground. I was like, yeah. And I was like, why did I do that? Because you wanted me to see that it's okay to fall. I just have to get back up. Like, I wasn't going to, technically, you can break something, but if you just break it, you can't repair. But I wasn't trying to break them. But his whole thing was, he did not want to ride on his own. He didn't want us to let him go because he was afraid of falling. So I purposely let him go and made him fall, because I wanted him to get past that. Yes, it's going to happen. You are going to fall. You are learning something new. Anytime you are learning something new, you are going to have some bumps along the road. It is not going to be perfect. Babies move around, they crawl before they walk. When they're learning to walk, they go and they tumble a couple times. Hell, when they're crawling, they're on them little arms, they're not strong enough, they're gonna fall. Like, we we can learn a lot just from the things that happen in nature, things that happen around us every single day. We can go and kind of use that to describe like what we're going through as business owners. So I'm never going to be one to tell you that you're not going to have things that just don't go right. I'm not going to call them failures. There's lessons. I got plenty of tumblers that look not so great. I have shirts that are not so great. I have stoles that are not so great. It's not going to always be perfect. But if you have done your numbers correctly, if you have priced and you understand the fact that you are not perfect and things are going to happen and you've priced accordingly, those one or two times you mess up, it's not going to be this major thing where you're losing all of this money because you're going to price properly. Our pricing for profit, I went into that in detail. So although we have the summer school that starts on Tuesday, and we're going to go over things like pricing each and every week, pricing for profit, I really break that thing down. Okay. Really, really break it down. This summer school is going to be a jumpstart. There's going to be things that you did not think about. You'll be able to take notes on these and then do your own research on it, build upon it. But this is a jumpstart. Everything from how to go from a hobby to a business, thinking about all of these positions that if you look on your job, think about all of the people who you come across, the different positions that they have to make your job run efficiently, right? In order for it to still be open so they can pay you, what all does it take? So you as an entrepreneur, you're essentially taking on the responsibilities of all of those positions, and it's just you. How successful do you think you're going to be in that? Right? So for a lot of you guys, your fear factor truly stems from you wanting to do it all by yourself. And the moment that you accept that you can't do it all by yourself, and even if you're not able to pay staff right now and to have employees, oh, I'm just starting off, how am I going to have employees? You can develop a business plan. You have the right business plan, you're able to get certain funding that might be able to pay your employees as you guys are as you're building and you have the orders coming in. They can help you. When you have more help, you can get more orders out. To get those numbers up, you have to have more clientele. How do you get to that clientele? Well, if you're working your business, you're doing everything, who's going to market for you? Everybody can't be like me to where they're able to come online, they're able to go and sit at the computer and do a lot of like organic marketing. I don't pack any orders. If it wasn't for the pandemic, if even was not here, I would have to hire someone. I cannot do that. I'm able to be the face of the business. I'm able to figure out what it is that we need to do to generate more income. But when it comes to all of the stuff as far as the logistics, the paying of bills, dealing with the budget, actually processing orders, packing the orders, all of those things, I'm hands off. I don't do that. So sometimes y'all ask me about your orders. I got to go look for it. That ain't my area. And I'm like, hey, I'm good with that. The couple of times I did have to go over there, I probably would have gotten fired. I had to quit. Some of you guys were on that live. I had to put in my 2-second notice because I couldn't do it. That's not my area. And I don't concern myself with what happens over there in fulfillment. That ain't my business. Yep, you fall and you get back up. Even if in that scenario, if you were to break something, right? You're hurting real, real bad. You're still alive to be able to, once you heal, and in that healing time, it might be that you need to be broken so that you can slow down, so that you can start to think about things. You can now make a plan. You can analyze what you did wrong. So if it was that to where, that fear caused you to, for him, turn his wheel the wrong way, or it's going to wobble on it. And that's what made him fall. The fear of falling is what made him fall. So if he would have hurt himself, now it's like, okay, I did it. I'm not dead. I'm here. Like, okay, yeah, it hurts a little bit. What can I do differently once I attempt to do this again? The only time that it stops and you've reached a finish line is when you decide to stop and, hey, I don't want to pursue this anymore. That's when you've reached the end. And I'm not going to say it's a failure. It's just that that part of the journey has ended. And you're the only one that can decide if you don't want to do this as a business. Just because you don't want to do it as a business doesn't mean that you have to give up just taking it back to, okay, I just want to do this as a hobby, you know? Hold on. See, it's moments like this. I'm here working. I have to do promo. So my husband is calling me to tell me that my 5-year old comes in the room and says, Dad, I know how to do a backflip. And his dad is looking at him like, Psh, no, you don't. You know what my 5-year old proceeds to do? So I have missed seeing my 5-year old do his first backflip, which my husband did not think that he was going to do it. So he did not record it. So I did not get to see it. Why? Because I have a job to do. I have a class to promote. I have products to promote. This is still a work day for me as the entrepreneur. My husband stays home with the children. I'm glad that someone is there to see it happen. But this is case in point that just because you work for yourself, like if I worked a job where I did not have to work weekends, guess what? I probably would have been at home to experience my son doing his first backflip. But as an entrepreneur and having a product and having something that I have to promote, and I like organic marketing. I love doing this. This is one of the best parts of my job is to be on here and to actually talk directly to you guys, get your feedback, see your questions and answer them. But it comes at a risk. And that is one of the risks. It's missing pivotal moments like that that happen in your life. So do understand that having the free, and I said that, so I know some people probably took my post, was going to read it the wrong way when I said free ain't all that's cracked up to be. Having the freedom to create my own schedule makes it to where sometimes I miss out on things. Where if somebody else told me exactly what time I had to be somewhere, what time I had to do this, that, and the third. So we tend to think, well, that's the thing. If I work my 9 to 5, they told me I had to work, I still would have missed it. In your business, you can still miss it. It doesn't mean that you are free of time and you just get to sit around and just enjoy life, especially when you are the worker bee. So yeah, I'm a little upset I missed that. It's a little upsetting that I missed that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You have to fall or fail so you can learn lessons, which is essential in running a business. Man, I'm learning lessons every single day. We had this whole big meeting yesterday about some things and lessons that I had to learn and getting feedback from others, even if it's uncomfortable, not what I want to hear. As a business owner, I had to be open to that because I can't be stuck in my own head. Okay. I just cannot be stuck in my own head. All right. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to check something over there. All right. Now I'm going to take a little pause and we are going to do a little shameless plug and a little promo right now. Okay. Because I am probably way past the time frame I want to be on here because I got a baby shower. Yep. So I'm getting close to that hour mark. So let's go over here and hit present. We're going to go share screen. Entire screen. Come on, share. The way my phone is here, I can't turn around for you guys over here, but you can always go over to my YouTube channel, Honestly Speaking, and see the screen. All right. This right here is a product of fear. That ink, that paper is a product of fear. Fear that I push past. Some of you guys know me from years ago and know me from certain circles and certain places. And this was very hard for me to step out on faith and do, not knowing if we were going to get sales. Because for those products, it's not like I can just go to Michael's when someone orders, like let's say somebody, like for some of you guys, somebody wants to order a shirt. You don't have to have it on hand. You're going to go and get the shirt. You might go and get the vinyl. You might go and order the DTF prints, right? Well, in order for me to sell that product, my ink and my paper, I actually had to put up money up front without the guarantee of making not one red cent past my pre-order. If I gotta find that video, I'm not even sure if I still have it up or if I deleted it or maybe I downloaded it, and I'm not sure. I gotta go look and see if I can find that video. There was so much tremor in my voice. My hands were shaking when I did that live video to say, hey, I have a product that's coming out. It was, not knowing what some people would say, like, oh, this crafting community is ruthless. You're backstabbing this, you did that. How could you? Oh, oh man. I already knew what was coming, right? So that was one fear for me. It's worried about what people would say, right? Then it was, man, there's a lot of money to put up. What if they don't want it, right? What if I'm stuck with all of this product because there's so many other inks out there? There are so many other sublimation papers out there. What's going to make me different? Like, okay, well, we're going to abandon the ones who've been doing this forever to go and buy yours, right? So that was a fear for me. But I had to push past that. I had a vision. I had a plan. I knew what the benefits were. I knew the value that I brought to the table. So I said, you know what? Let's do this. 3 years later, thriving business. We get new customers every day. We have returning customers. We have customers that says, look, I'm not using nothing else. We have customers who had just purchased another product and say, you know what? I'm either going to give it away or it's going in the garbage because it amazes me every day that had I not pushed past that fear, the day that, so anyone who knows my story, you guys know, like in August, we have HS Ink Day. So HS Ink Day is purposely on the day that I was supposed to launch. The day of my first sale is actually about a week or so later. But I celebrate HS Ink Day on August 28th because that was the day that I was supposed to launch. But the fear kept me from doing it. I was all prepared and I just didn't. A week later, praying on it and just having great people in my corner, having people that support you. And I did it. And I'm like, look where I'm at 3 years later. Had I let that fear that you guys are experiencing right now, if I let that fear overtake me, if I was worried about having too many orders, my son had to have surgery, a major surgery, when this paper was to be, when we were supposed to ship out this paper, right? People waited 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. I think it was like more like 8. Actually, no, it ended up being like almost close to like 9, 10 weeks, right? right when we like, it was a delay, and when the paper was supposed to be here, my son's surgery was already scheduled, right? So here I am. Oh my God, these people are going to be so upset. They're going to think I scammed them because I told them this time frame. I've been saying all this stuff, and his surgery was something that we could not change. I mean, my mom, my brother-in-law, my husband, I had cousins, like my sons, like you. Zani Mani had just had surgery, yet he was still like running around and wanting to hand us stuff and things like that. So do understand, if you are clear about what your vision is. Sometimes we're worried that our families don't support us, and we're thinking that they just don't support. Sometimes they're probably like, how can I support something where you don't have a clear vision? You don't have a clear plan of what it is that you want to do. So what am I supporting? Right? I'm not going to support you in your procrastination. I'm not going to support you in being lackluster in this. If you're not going to go full-fledged with this, what am I supporting? So the support that you feel like you're not getting, ask yourself, is that because of you? Are your fears keeping you from getting the support that you need to have a sustainable business? So that right there is evidence that you can push past your fear. Because if I can find that video and I'll replay it, you can hear the trembling in my voice. When I finally showed it and I'm using the heat press, you can literally see my hands shaking. Oh my God. Just thinking about that video, it's like, man, where I'm at now, like we are thriving. But if I let that fear overtake me, afraid of failing, if I was afraid of not having clients, if I was afraid of messing up, when it came to like this is a new dynamic, and how we ship back then is different than how we ship now. The boxes that we use make learning what was going to make it work more efficiently, because baby, hot gluing them boxes together, I love the way that it looks, but it was way too much labor. Like, so figuring out better ways of doing things. And this is what I teach from that. I teach from that perspective. Like when I'm teaching about business, is because I've gone through it and I've grown, and I understand that DIYing things or hacks don't work to be successful. Because if I was still doing it the way that I was back then, our production time would not be what it is. We would not be able to honor the fact that if you order the same day, it doesn't matter how many orders that we have. If you order the same day by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get your order out because we created a plan. I moved past that fear. I allowed that fear to drive me because I never wanted to succumb to those fears. I didn't want to give anyone anything to say about me. I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of not being able to fulfill orders. So I used that to drive me to create a plan to ensure that those fears never overtook me. They never came to pass. Hey, how are you? Hey, you changed your profile picture. Look, I almost didn't realize who that was. Hello, Monique. Hello. At Custom Creations. What is that? Antonique Custom Creations. Hello. I have a unique clientele. I'm not gonna say that, unless you by unique you mean those who like an honestly run company, and those who likes a company that can actually help and assist them and provide guidance. I mean, maybe that, but we get some, we get new people. They don't know. They just trying it out. Like I came across the post and someone was like, oh my gosh, thank you to who, it was a random, like I randomly came across, thank you to whoever suggested this paper. Oh my God, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh wow, like heck, who in the heck did recommend the paper? So I don't know who, I don't even know who that person was. So it's true to some extent. When using StreamYard, are you using more than one camera? I have the ability to use more than one camera. But right now I'm only using one, and then I use screen share. But yes, you have the ability to use more than one camera. All right, so The other fear is this right here, 365 Creative Academy, which used to be Soloholics Anonymous Academy. I spent years teaching freely on YouTube, on Facebook Live, never charging anything for it. I was a stay-at-home mom. I needed adult interaction. Back then, these things weren't that serious for me. My husband was working a job that took care of all of our bills. Back then I was still an event planner. I was still doing things like that. And I just wanted to share, just wanted to share. But then it got to a point, as your kids get older, as things in your life change, your financial obligations change. So you may need to now go from it being, a hobby and things like that. Now, I had the luxury of having my husband, and we still had his income for like the major things, and we could make it work from that. But we wanted to now work on savings. We have kids that we have to think about their future, their college funds. We have to think about taking vacations. It's not just the two of us anymore. Now we have to think about going on vacation with children, and that's added cost. So the older he got, it's like there's more financial responsibility. So I could not do the free thing. I tried to ease into it. I foolishly did a $5 group. You can join the group, $5. In my mind, I was like, oh, wow, I have all these people who follow me on YouTube. I have all these subscribers. They're definitely going to want to know like more from me. And it's like more of an exclusive. Man, I mean, there were some, and it was great for a while. But then learning that wasn't sustainable because I got money like one time, right? And there was no residual income. There was no reoccurring and revolving revenue like from it, right? So here I go. All right, let's pivot again. I was so afraid when I went from, okay, yeah, you just pay one price. And then now it's okay, you have to pay monthly. It's like being afraid that people are going to say, well, why do I have to pay now? Y'all see other stuff. Everybody want to charge for everything. We talked about gatekeeping and help, but I have a family now, right? So I'm like, I'm now giving of my time. I found that I wasn't taking on as many orders because I didn't want to be overwhelmed because I was worried about helping other folk, right? So back then wasn't really, it was through Facebook groups. I was one of the first to charge for to have access to a Facebook group. Oh, it was so many people reporting me. You can't do that. That's against Facebook's terms and conditions. This is a free platform. You cannot charge for someone to be in a group that you created for free. I'm not charging for the group. I'm charging for access to the knowledge that I have. Fast forward maybe a year. What does Facebook do? They want a piece of the pie. Wait a minute, y'all doing this and y'all making money off of it? So now Facebook has their own thing where you can get supporters, and you end up having like a private Facebook group. Facebook now makes it like so many different ways where you can make money on this platform. They offer you stars. They were paying for reels. So they said, use us for business. So it was kind of cool knowing that I pushed past my fear and worrying about what people were going to say. And I was a trendsetter in having a paid group, doing tutorials online. Some people were doing live videos, and it was one of the guys I used to watch, Gemini, was it Gemini Drewski? I think his name was. People would go in there, and it was like just talking about their life, or it was like the blog, like the celebrity gossip type stuff, whatever. It wasn't a lot of people getting on saying, hey, let me show you some things. Let me teach you some things. Teaching was a YouTube thing. So I pushed past that fear. I did lives to 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Eventually I got it to where I've seen numbers of hundreds of people watching the lives, but it took pushing past that fear. Fear is going, when you're trying something new, fear is going to be there, but you cannot let it consume you. there are times, now I go live and I'm like, man, I've been doing this all this time and it's all the people. So it can feel like failure, but then you just go and figure out, okay, well, maybe it was the time of day, and then you make adjustments, right? So I don't let those moments I try not to let them take over. I just then go and just complain silently or panic silently, and I just make a plan for how I can change and pivot, right? So from doing a Facebook group, then I started doing live in person, live interactive ones through a couple different platforms, like the Any Meeting Now or something like that. Then I tried Skype. I tried Google Meets, all these different things, and now I have a good system that really works, and I combine my academy with Zoom. Oh, excuse me. But I have an academy of over 5,000 students. I've helped 5,000 different people. Like, I've helped more. With my YouTube is like 30,000 on one, 20,000 on another, 24 on another. I have Facebook groups. But as far as those who have said, hey, I want to see what more you have to offer, I have over 5,000 students, where had I not pushed past that fear to say, okay, let me start teaching this, even for free online, I wouldn't have an academy to where now I can have my own summer school to help others in their business. So we have 5 weeks of learning and training that's going to help you in your business. Okay. We have week 1 where we are going to talk about going from, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you not? Oh, I was on the wrong one. Duh. From hobby to business. From hobby to business. It's like, learn what it takes to go from a hobby to a structured business. Learn about branding and marketing strategies, website setups, budgeting, pricing models, and like so much more. It's a lot more to running a business as a creator, as a crafter. Your skills and your talents are only going to take you but so far. When we did our creative business pilot program, which again, that was 8 weeks, and every session was dedicated to what we're going to try and put in like 1 week. But it will give you the information that you need, things that you probably never even thought about to make your life easier. Everyone doesn't have to have a website. You can do certain forms. There's a way that you can take your orders and still be organized and things like that. So we're going to give you some strategies and some tips, and we're going to talk about business and what that looks like to start, build, grow, and scale, all in that first week. This starts on Tuesday the 27th. Then we have a Wednesday session, which these are at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the one on the 30th is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to discuss a lot of different aspects of going from a hobby to a business, and things that you have to consider and you have to put in motion. You have to be willing to put in the work. We're going to give you actionable steps. Now, if you choose to not take those steps, that is on you. We have an assignment the first week, and I'm going to tell you right now how serious I am about this summer school program. There is an assignment that will go out on day 1. Actually, I'll probably send it out even before then. If not tomorrow, it'll be on Monday. So they're going to have it on their dashboard, and they're going to be able to see that. If you've been working in this at all, if you've thought about this, you should have an idea of why you're starting this business, what your goals are, what your plans are. If you are not able to write that down and or articulate that, to me, that means that you are not ready. And for anyone, I will gladly refund you your money if from that assignment, by the time we get to Friday, you haven't started it. You'll have until Saturday to submit it and, send it via email. And if we don't have it, short of there being an emergency and there being something, if it's just you're not willing to put in the work, if you don't have a plan, you're going to feel like you're going to walk away from this at the end of 5 weeks, and you're going to be one of those people that go out and say, oh my God, we paid all this. She ain't teach me nothing new, because you had no plan of how you were going to implement these things, how you were going to use them. So you already know like what each week is, right? It's going to be for you to think about how each one, what you can learn in each one of these weeks. Think about from day one, how it will help you in your business. It's not that you have to market them or sell them, but every single thing that I will teach from week 2 through 5 is something that will help you in your business. And if you are not able to, or you're not willing to think about those things, because that's going to help you to start build a plan. If I don't have that by Saturday, I will refund you and you will have access to week 1. You still gonna pay for week 1, but I'll refund you for the other 4 weeks. You'll have access to the recordings from week 1, but that's all you will have. Because if you are not going to be serious and be willing to take action and not just come and get a good word and just keep taking class after class after class. Oh, it sounds good. I think I need this. You're going to go and take it and you're not going to actually implement it. I don't want your money to waste your time and mine. So for everyone that signs up for my summer school program, when that prompt goes out tomorrow or Monday, you have until Saturday to answer it. And if you don't, you will be refunded. That's how serious I am about helping you guys go from a hobby to a business. If you're not going to be serious about it, you're not about to waste my time or yours. So if you feel like you're not ready, your fear is going to keep you from doing that assignment. It's going to keep you from making an actionable plan. When someone's going to help you understand how to make that actionable plan and you still don't want to do it, that tells me that you are not ready. It's not about having money. I never said anything about having the money to do it, but it's about creating a plan. And if you can't create the plan, you'll need to be here. So that's what week 1 is. Week 2 is phone board creation. So I'm going to even help you. I'm giving y'all a little, to start to think about it, right? So I'm going to break down what each one of these things will entail and how they can help you. But all you have to do is not just go off of what I'm saying, because I see where I've done all these videos. There are names that I see all the time on my videos. I know you're listening. I know you're watching. But then you go and ask the same question, because that means that you did not write it down. You did not do any exercise or try to retain that information, right? So I'm going to help you out, and I'm going to tell you about a couple of these things, and it's going to be for you to write them down and create a plan. So phone board creations, not to say that you have to market them, but they can be quite profitable, right? Learning the skills here will get you can get you to a point where you are that company that is doing the large cutouts and you're doing the post wraps for places like Wawa's or McDonald's or Burger King. All of the graphics that you see, McDonald's, Walmart, Wawa's, Burger King, Target, Starbucks, they don't have a graphic designing department. Like, it's highly unlikely that they have their own graphic design department. They have their own facility that has because that's not their main business. They're going to outsource it to a company. Why can't you grow your company to be that company that provides prints, that provides cutouts, that provides wraps for things? If that's what you desire to do, why can't you be the company that's going to actually put their logo on shirts, whether it's through screen printing, it's through press on demand or whatever? Why can't you be the one to secure those contracts? The only thing that's keeping you from doing that is understanding how to run a business to be able to do that and understand the timelines that you have to create. The fact that you're not going to be able to do those with one Cricut machine, one Cameo machine, cutting everything from vinyl by yourself, and you have to market, you have to ship it out, you have to do this, you have to do that. There are things that will change from how you start and then moving into a business. Are you ready for those things? So when it comes to phone board creations, I'm going to teach you about designing. So for me, my main thing is always designing. So even if you never do anything phone board, understanding how you have to create for it, that depending on what you're going to do with that foam board, there's a certain way that you have to design. So you have to look past it being just for foam board and learn how to process the information for designing in general. And you might be able to apply those techniques and concepts to something else that you're designing. So we're going to go through how to design. We're going to go through pricing. You don't plan on, selling anything for foam boards. Guess what? Understanding the material, how you have to buy it, understanding the time that it takes, you might be able to translate that into how you price candles. There's still lessons to be learned, and then you can still use that because you might need it for a vendor show to make your own cutout to be able to save you some money. Someone's going to say, oh my God, that looks so amazing. Can you make me one? We don't sell these at this time, but it's okay to refer them to someone else, or maybe give them information on how they can do it themselves. But just because someone compliments you on something, that don't mean you need to add that to your lineup of offerings. So we're going to go through how to design it, how to cut, things that you need to know as far as assembling. And it's going to be from beginner. And then those who want to really, really pursue the possibilities of the profit that can be made from this and the business that can be built around this. I'm going to share some of the things that, it's going to be investment money wise. You're not going to, be able to just use an X-Acto knife for everything. When I'm doing posters and yard signs, can I go and use a squeegee, but I'll be there forever? We have an investment of a machine that costs us a couple $100s. It's an automatic laminator and it rolls over. It's a big old squeegee. So I'm able to pump out yard signs and posters a lot faster than somebody who might just be using a squeegee. So there are levels to this. We're going to discuss those different levels on that business day. And then the last day, you'll learn how to properly cut. It's going to be, the techniques for cutting. You're going to learn how to do those things on the last day, which is why it's on a Friday and in the evening. So hopefully when you guys are off of work. Now, you may not be able to participate live, and that is okay. I understand it may not work with everyone's schedule. But make sure that you make time to watch the video, that you do make time to follow the steps. Because if you don't, and you're just watching it and you're not putting any action, it's going to be a waste of investment for you. Okay. Week 3 is custom ribbons. And I put bows because that was one of the things that's how I got into custom ribbons. Was I made cheer bows. I see there's a young lady, Isabella Bowes on TikTok. I love just kind of when she's on live watching her. She makes bows. That's a big market. My sister was obsessed with custom bows for my niece. So that's a big market. So if you feel like, man, this area may not work for me, you're going to try it out. Wait, I kind of like this. You might be able to pivot totally to that. So whether it's making custom bows, there's always things for different awareness. It's a different awareness every single month. And sometimes people want the ribbons, and they may want it to be customized. You have schools when it comes to awards and making custom awards for schools and getting those types of contracts. So there's so many facets, there's so many areas so where it's more than just it's more than a ribbon. It's more than when we just think of ribbon and how we're going to use it in a craft. We might be lining something and make it pretty and just putting a border on something. There's big money. I mean, big money. Cheer bows, there's nothing but ribbon, and it might be sublimated. You might have some glitter on it. Those bows can be sold anywhere from $25 to $50. Angel Rice had a bow that was, I think, $75. So yeah, those little things, just the little ribbons, there's money to be made in that. Not to say that it was going to be for everyone. There are things that you can use these custom ribbons for your own business. If you want to amp up your packaging and how you send stuff out, and you want to have a nice custom bow, maybe it's not in your budget to actually order it from a company to have the bows and put your branding on it. your starting point might be to DIY it for yourself, not to use it for anyone else. But now you go and like y'all make these the graduation boxes, the baby shower boxes. You can make your own custom bows that's a part of like your creation. We're gonna learn all about that. Even if you're not selling it, how to make sure that you include that in the price of like the your final product, like because how you package it should be a part of your pricing. That's going to be talked about in week 1. So there's so many things that you can do with ribbons and bows. So y'all see here, like you may think that you don't need these instructions. What I'm gonna do with bows, I don't have a desire to do it. But the difference with me is I'm going to show you how everything around you technically can be useful to you. Everything can be useful to you. Just have to have the proper instructions to know how it's going to be useful to you. Week 4 is sublimation when it comes to drinkware and apparel. They are one of the lower ticket items that are still kind of significant that you can use to either make a profit, or when we talk about how do I get clientele, how do I market, how do I brand, you can get a sublimation printer not to sell to anyone else. You don't have to worry about buying cases and cases of tumblers and mugs. But if you're going to go somewhere and it's like promo for you, if you want to go and promote, even like the fact that you have shirts, you do shirts, but you want to promote to a company and you know that like you've been in there, they have this big old break room, whatever. It's just a gift where it's your company logo on it. You're going to put that you do shirts. You can advertise the fact that you do shirts, you do tumblers, you do candles. You can advertise that on a mug. A mug doesn't have to be that you got some Christmas stuff, some Halloween stuff, some Juneteenth, some Mother's Day, some Father's Day. You can use drinkware. You can use shirts to advertise your business. Your sublimation printer may not be for you to make profit off of it, like as far as selling those finished products to customers. It's going to be for you to where until you can outsource it, hey, I'm going to DIY my own business shirts. I'm going to DIY my own promo things. I'm going to go get some pins and I can have little swag bags when I'm going and I'm trying to submit for contracts and bids and things like that. The big companies want me to buy 500, 1,000. I'm not there yet. I just need 10, 20 of them. I can make them myself. It's about perspective. It's about mindset. Not everything that we do or that you learn should be you trying to figure out how you're going to make money off of it. How can it help you in your business? That's what the professor is here for. Week 5 is the world of transfers and press on demand. POD, some people say print on demand. If you don't have the printer, you're not printing on demand. You're going to press on demand, and you're going to do that with transfers. Transfers are taking over, whether it's DTF transfers, eco-solvent transfers, screen print transfers, embroidery transfers, sublimation transfers. For all of you guys who want to do all over shirts, I am not the person that's ever going to tell you to market and sell piecing together and tiling a shirt for all over. Having a smaller heat press, I mean, we can get away with that. But at some point, you're going to have to realize it's okay to order a transfer, a sublimation transfer that's going to be the size of your shirt. You can put it down and it's going to cut down on your workload. You're going to go from spending 3-4 hours to finish a shirt to where you're able to finish it in a matter of minutes. Okay. So we're going to talk about all the things when it comes to transfers. Each one of those transfers, there's a different way that you have to design. So it's not necessarily where we're going to go through creating specific designs, but on the design day, I am going to go over what you have to know when creating designs for each of these transfers, because there are different requirements for each of these designs. So you have to understand how to design for them, how to submit them. I'll give you online places. Now you might be able to find, local people to you. You might be able to find people in groups and you want to support other small businesses. I'm just going to give you the resources that, I know to be great resources, but this is something that can help you. Again, creating your own shirts for promo for yourself. Or if you want to build a business around it, you're going to learn all of that, the beginnings of it in week 5. Okay. So right now, because I did not do this video yesterday, it is $336.50 if you do the one-time payment. If you choose to do buy now, pay later with with Sezzle, PayPal, or Shop Pay. There is the buy now, pay later option. If we see that you selected a buy now, pay later option, but you chose the one time, we will refund you, because it hurts us when you guys do that, because they charge more of a transaction fee. So you guys have to choose that one so that we are getting the full value of what we are going to offer you guys. So make sure that if you're using buy now, pay later, that you are using that option. The price changes after I leave this baby shower. So y'all got a good 5 hours to jump on it, because that early bird, that pre-sale price will go away. And because I've done my live video, it will go away. I'll send out my email, and once I leave the shower, so that I don't forget it before I go to bed, the price will go up. Now, that also means once this is the early bird, get all 5 weeks. Come Monday, because we start on Tuesday, you will have the option. If you're like, it's a little too rich for my blood, although it's a really great price, if there's only one particular week that you want, come Monday, you will have the opportunity to buy any combination. If you want one, if you want two classes. But I'll tell you, after about 2 sessions, you should have just gone ahead and got all 5 weeks, because it will be based off of the a la carte price come Monday. Today is the last day to get the early bird pricing, okay? So it is $363.50. All of our prices always have $365. Although that's wrong, because that's not $365. I just realized that. Hey, y'all are actually saving that, because that's not $365. Or $336.50. Okay. It's not a summer camp, because camp is fun. It's not camp. We in summer school. Okay. My son almost had to go to summer school because he was tripping the last not the third 9 weeks. So we're in summer school. It's all about learning. My kid, and at first, because at one point I was going to call it a camp, and this is Zion Imani's first year at camp, and he's having too much fun. We're going to have him, but it also needs to be things like, I want to know that they're serious. I want to know that they're going to actually take action. So yes, we have summer school. When I was in school, yes, we went to summer school to help you get ahead. So this summer school is going to be a boost for all these creative business owners to get a head start in their business. I love all the course content you are offering. Thank you. All right, the link is in the description of this video, although I do need to go over and I'm going to put it in the comment section, but it is in the description. So if you're on the live chat, you exit out, you go to the description, it's going to be there, because I'm not sure if you can click on it if you're on YouTube once I put it in the chat. So again, if you can't, it's in the description of the video. Just exit out or come back to the video, because I'll put it in the comment section. But there you go. When people pay, they pay attention. Exactly. We want to get a return on our investment. Don't feel like, we wasted our money. So be sure to head on over to the website. I'm going to make some posts on Facebook to, remind you guys, if you're driving right now or you're doing something a little bit distracted, just don't let them hours go by, and then you wake up tomorrow and that price is yesterday's price won't be tomorrow's price won't be today's price. Yeah, there we go. I said it right. Then tomorrow I'll be saying yesterday's price is not today's price. All right. So just take advantage of that. We're going to have an amazing time. There's a lot of great resources. It's about accountability. Like I said, I am holding y'all feet to the fire when it comes to this. If you sign up, especially if you're signing up now, you'll still have opportunity to sign up for the summer school if you have to wait, but it's going to cost you a little bit more. Even if you come in week 2, you will have 1 week to give me my homework assignment from week 1. And if you don't give me my homework assignment, I will go ahead and do the math, prorate it. I will refund you for the rest of the summer school, if you sign up for the entire thing, I will refund you, because that tells me you're not looking to take actionable steps for your business. Because I'm not saying that you have to implement the plan. All I'm saying is start to create it. Write something down. Make a plan. And if your business is not worth you taking a few days to start to develop a plan, for me, that tells me you're not ready. You're not ready for this summer school. It's not going to benefit you because you're not ready to take actionable steps. This is about accountability. It's about accountability. Okay. So I got to go because I got a baby shower to go to. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Continue to push past your fears. It's okay to be fearful. It's okay to have that trembling in your voice. It's okay to have those butterflies in the pit of your stomach, but don't settle in that. Don't let that be where it stops at. Push past it. Once you push past it, you have a successful brand of Sublimation ink and paper that people buy every single day. It's an amazing feeling on a Sunday morning while, we're in church, listening to church, because I'm still kind of fearful about going out to certain places. When you go out, when I'm out and about and I hear that cha-ching, even on a non-work day, if I'm not live and I hear that cha-ching, I am very grateful for the success because I pushed past that fear. I am very grateful for the success in being able to share my knowledge, share my expertise. I know some people wish they can get it for free, but I have bills. I have 2 children. I got one that got epilepsy. Medicine is expensive, okay? We have bills as well. And the same way you want to build your business, me teaching and me having a platform to teach, just like colleges and universities, this is a part of how we generate income, okay? So if you find value in what we do here, and I say we because I can't do this without the support of my team and my family and our staff. I can't do this without them. So if you find value in what we do here, just wait until you are in a Zoom session with us. All right. So until next time, guys, peace.